Today, I'm excited to talk about a fascinating topic that might sound surprising at first: emphasis, the pleasures of stress. I'm Dr. Peter G. Hanson, and together we'll explore how stress, often seen as negative, can actually have positive effects in our lives. Stress really is like the spice of life. When there's no stress at all, we often feel bored, unmotivated, and our performance suffers because there's no challenge to keep us engaged. On the other hand, moderate stress brings out the best in us. It sharpens our alertness, boosts our energy, and helps us concentrate at an optimal level. That's the sweet spot where pressure motivates us to excel. But when stress becomes excessive, it can be overwhelming, leading to exhaustion, anxiety, and mental blocks that hurt both our health and our ability to perform. So, emphasis, the key is finding the right balance and managing our relationship with stress, because moderate stress actually enhances our daily energy and vitality, just like salt enhances the flavor of food. Stress actually has two sides: distress and eustress. Emphasis, distress is the negative kind that can paralyze or overwhelm you, reduce your concentration and clarity, and cause feelings of anxiety, irritability, or exhaustion. When distress becomes chronic, it can seriously impair both your physical and mental health. On the other hand, eustress is positive stress. It motivates you to take action, boosts your focus and creativity, and brings satisfaction when you overcome challenges. This type of stress is temporary and manageable, and it actually helps stimulate personal growth. Recognizing which type of stress you're dealing with is crucial for managing it effectively. When we perceive a situation as a threat, like thinking, "I can't handle this," our body reacts by triggering the fight or flight response. This type of stress actually weakens us, causing anxiety and hurting our performance. Emphasis, on the other hand, if we see the same situation as a challenge, saying, "It helps me grow," our body responds quite differently. We mobilize energy and resources, which builds resilience, boosts motivation, and enhances learning. The key point here is that your perception changes everything. The external pressure doesn't dictate your experience, it's how your mind interprets that pressure. Your mindset can turn stress into either a burden or powerful fuel for growth. The Yerkes-Dodson performance curve reveals that, emphasis, there is an ideal level of arousal for every task. If arousal is too low, we experience disinterest, but if it's too high, it leads to exhaustion. Break, the goal isn't to eliminate stress entirely, but to find and maintain that sweet spot where performance peaks. When stress is moderate, that's when we perform our best. By identifying your optimal level and learning how to manage it, you can achieve sustained productivity and avoid burnout. Chronic stress doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It gives us, emphasis, warning signs long before we reach a breaking point. Break, recognizing these signs early can help us intervene before the situation worsens. Physically, you might notice muscle tension, headaches, constant fatigue, or even heart palpitations. Our bodies often express stress before we even realize it mentally. Mentally, signs include difficulty focusing, persistent worries, forgetfulness, or feeling overwhelmed. And emotionally, stress can show up as irritability, anxiety, or sudden mood swings. Paying attention to these signals is key to managing stress effectively. Emphasis, regular exercise for just 30 minutes a day can significantly lower cortisol levels and release feel-good endorphins. Break, you don't need a gym membership. Activities like walking, dancing, or swimming work just as well. When it comes to mindful eating, it's important to minimize caffeine, sugar, and ultra-processed foods. Instead, focus on anti-inflammatory choices such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, and high-quality proteins. Building your physical strength is crucial because your body acts as your first line of defense against anxiety. Break, by maintaining a strong foundation through exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest, you reduce your stress response and enhance your ability to bounce back from challenges. Emphasis, attitude and humor are your secret weapons in navigating a rapidly changing world. Break, while skills and knowledge are important, your character, marked by integrity, honesty, and consistency, builds a reputation that truly opens doors. How you handle pressure mentally plays a huge role in its effect on you. By adopting a realistic and flexible mindset, paired with a good sense of humor, you can turn stress into resilience. Remember, accept what you cannot change and don't waste energy on things beyond your control. Instead, focus on what you can influence and put challenges into perspective. For example, seeing a problem as a learning opportunity can make all the difference. Also, laughter under pressure is not just about feeling good, it actually reduces stress hormones, fosters connection, and lightens your emotional load. Break, humor here is not an escape, but a sign of emotional intelligence. Resilient people aren't those without stress, but those who know how to laugh at it. As Dr. Peter G. Hanson said, the difference between an obstacle and an opportunity is how you perceive it. Emphasis: organizing your time is key to taking back control when unexpected stress hits. Break: it doesn't remove surprises, but it helps reduce anxiety by giving you a clear plan to follow. First, set aside dedicated time for focused work. Treat these moments like important meetings with yourself. Next, identify your true priorities using the Eisenhower matrix. This helps you focus on what's important rather than just what's urgent. Each week, take a moment to review and adjust your plan so you stay on track and celebrate your wins. Finally, set clear boundaries by learning to say no when needed. This protects your time and energy, reducing overwhelm and strengthening your overall effectiveness. Stress isn't just a challenge to overcome, it can actually be a strategic ally in our lives. When you learn to manage stress effectively, it stops being an obstacle and instead becomes a powerful driver of growth. Emphasis: it's about living with pressure in a smart, fulfilling, and purposeful way, not avoiding it altogether. One way to harness this is by using moderate stress as daily fuel, helping you perform better and think more clearly. At the same time, building a strong foundation through exercise, good nutrition, and quality sleep raises your natural tolerance to stress. Taking control by organizing your time, setting realistic priorities, and maintaining a balanced mindset puts you back in the driver's seat. When you embrace stress as an ally, you can achieve your goals with fulfillment, resilience, and a clear purpose. As Dr. Peter G. Hanson says, when managed well, stress doesn't take away your life, it gives it back to you with greater intensity. Thank you very much for your time and attention today. I appreciate the opportunity to share these insights with you.